Do you want to start making thumbnails like these and making money from making them for people, or making money from getting clicks on your YouTube videos? Let me show you how to do this. So first of all, what you're gonna do, of course, is go to your browser and then go search. So there's two main apps for this. First of all is Photopea. Photopea is basically the free Photoshop, and it's probably one of the best solutions and I recommend starting off on this. I really recommend learning and watching other videos. I might even post a tutorial how to use this, but for today's video I'll do a very beginner friendly one. So basically, let me go immediately. Canva. Canva, you just gotta make an account and you gotta go to like search up YouTube thumbnail, then create. Okay, here we have a YouTube thumbnail. Now that you got this, you have the position. As you can see, if I go to my uploads and if I go to folders, I have a couple of folders. I have the Fortnite background, I have Fortnite renders, a couple of these already in the app, and this from a thumbnail I made a little bit ago. So this was the thumbnail. I had two versions of it. I had where it says $100 and then this one, and I did both of them. A/B tested them, and funnily enough, this one did win. But I think there was just too much going on here. I think I made it over complicated, which you should keep it simple. And then I had this banner I used for Discord, and then this profile picture. Remember, all of this I got for free. Every single render you're seeing here, I did not do anything in Blender, which is pretty insane. And let me show you how I did that. So now, before we start actually making the thumbnail, let me get a... Okay, so we're gonna use this background for a minute. So let's stretch it out a little. There we go. We filled the screen. And now what I did is basically opened a new tab, right? And I went on X, I went on Twitter. And then when you go on Twitter, search up free Fortnite renders. After you're done searching that, there's gonna be a lot of these bad ones. But basically what I did, yeah, okay, so there's this one could be real, but like most of these where you have to follow and stuff like that is not real. What I just did is like I looked through these for a good bit, and also free Fortnite thumbnail assets. Also search stuff like that, or just like here, Fortnite thumbnail assets free. This was all done for free. There's a couple here that was from Fortnite thumbnails, and I took out from some of the videos. And a very nice one is this from Fortnite.gg, where you have a lot of free ones that you can use in many ways. This was probably the best free site for anything, because it has so many of these like integrated ones, which is actually like from the Fortnite files. So this is very useful. Yeah, basically everything. Yeah, like everything you can think of, it's here. But not like the renders like you see in the thumbnails. So I'm just gonna go like free Fortnite thumbnail renders. Okay, so this guy, Mubastic, he has a free pack, which I will show you. So this is like one of the free packs. I have this one, but you gotta like DM him on his Discord, and then he accepts you. He accepts like the Google form or whatever. And then there's many more, but basically I was like for 2 hours, 3 hours, just scrolling through this, finding as many free ones as I can. And let me show you what I got. So as you can see in one of my servers, 2026 Road to Earnings, which I have with my friend, I have a thumbnail section. And I have a couple of Google Docs here, a couple of videos I want to watch later, and more stuff I found randomly. And if you guys want to be invited to this server with all of these packs, I will leave a link down below, and you'll be able to see all of this. And I'm gonna keep this kind of private for now, and maybe keep it open later for you guys. So basically, let me open one of these and show you what it actually is. So it's a Google file. It's a Google Drive, that is. And then there's just like many of these renders that you can see in like different thumbnails and stuff. As you can see, I used that one, and there's like a lot. There's like 200 of these. There's even like prepare render, season 8 pack, and stuff like that. You can search by names maybe, and you can find some. But then there's also ones with, if I go to, if I'm not mistaken, this one, there's other where like have yeah, this one's the backgrounds one, Fortnite thumbnail assets. These have a couple of backgrounds, a couple of like arena points, second, and just like stuff like this. So a lot of these you can use very easily, and they can help you get your thumbnail very, very much better. And so let's go and take a thumbnail. So I'm gonna be making a thumbnail for this video right now. So let me show you how I'm gonna do it. So we're gonna go over here to this, and we're gonna find me a nice background. I kind of like not this one. Like I was gonna go find a background in one of these, and then I'll let you guys know. Okay, yeah, this was one of the Rinks free background pack, and this is literally like almost every single one you can think of. So after looking for a couple of these through a couple of these images, I click on one of them. I go over here to download them. And when I download them, I go over here plus upload files, and then we have all of these files that I just downloaded right now, and I'm gonna take in this one. And after I've taken in this one, basically what we're gonna do is close this, and we're gonna make it away on the whole screen. After we made it the whole screen, we're gonna move a bit to the right, and now we're gonna go to edit, we're gonna go to adjust, and we're gonna go to put the vibrance up a little bit and the saturation. We're gonna balance it out quite a good bit. We'll put the sharpness like this. I like it to be a little less. Clarity, and I'll put a little bit of like that. And then you can mess with these as well, but I don't usually mess with them. I usually just leave it like this, but I might sometimes do stuff like this, a little less. And yeah, now that we have this one done, we're gonna go back to these, and now I'm gonna be going to a site that's called Text Generator. Yeah, Text Studio. So I like to go over here, and then there's text makers. There's like the classic text maker, and let's say free. I want to get a text that says free. I'm gonna go over here, look at one of these. Good. There's many of these. You gotta look through them, maybe even find some like you're gonna use usually. I like did that one time, but like I switched thumbnails completely, so I don't really like that anymore. But what you're gonna do is just like look through all of these, look how they look on your text, and when you find the one you like, let's see what I will maybe use here. This looks nice. Then you go to styles, and then you make a gradient, which is usually the best. Go take like I want a very light green, so I'm gonna go over here. I'll delete this one. I'll go over here, move this. Then when you move it, go down, put it to white or black depending on your color. And then I'm gonna move this a little bit over here, and I'm gonna put this a bit brighter, and then I'm gonna go over here, put this a little bit more like that, and then go over here and put this a little bit like that. So this is just like a rough. I would make it maybe, but okay, so after we're done with that, you can also change the direction, but I'm gonna keep it at this as for now. And then you can also do lettering and 3D projection, but I don't need that right now. And I'm gonna do one of the outlines like this. I'm gonna make them a bit of like that, and then we can do this as well, but I don't really like this that much, so I'm just gonna skip over that. And then we got inner bevels, which you can also do, but I don't really like those either. I would like to make mine cartoonish. So what I'm gonna do is gonna add an outer shadow. I'm gonna make it white. No, I'm gonna make a bit of green, and then I'm gonna make it a bit in size. I'll add the strength there in there. Distance is kind of fine. I'll do it like this, maybe 0 actually. Let's other direction like that. And then what we're gonna do is go add a second outer shadow. And I'm gonna make it white, just so there's like some of that white right there. Make it a bit pinkier, yeah, like this. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here to download this. It doesn't look that good because I didn't look for a good, what do you call it? A good font, but that's not the point that we're looking for right now. So here we go. This, you're gonna have to look for your own font. I'm definitely gonna change this while making a thumbnail. So I'm gonna put that down there for now. I'm gonna go to the background and go to adjust, and I'm gonna make it a bit more vibrant, a bit more and fully saturated, and then I'm gonna make it a bit less sharp and then less clarity. So it has like that, and maybe a little bit, yeah, we'll keep it at that. And then you have these effects like shadow, duotone, autofocus, retouch, and stuff like that. I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna blur the whole image, and I'm gonna get it to like 43 is my like sweet spot, maybe a bit less since I already did blur it, so I don't want it to be fully blurred, but like that's not the main focus. And then what I like doing is for this thumbnail specifically, I'm gonna go and find a thumbnail I like over here. So let's go and look at this thumbnail. We're gonna open link a new tab, and we're gonna open link a new tab of this. And then after we've opened these, shout out to Breezy6 for his thumbnail. We're gonna go over here. I have too many tabs open right now, but anyways, what we're gonna do is go to YouTube thumbnail downloader, and you can just use any single one you believe you trust in. I usually just use like this one because it seems cool. It's okay. And then when we get the picture, download the HD thumbnail. And then we're gonna go to this second one. Shout out to Electro FV, this guy's a GOAT. And we're gonna go over here, take this thumbnail, download it. Now that we have those two thumbnails, we're gonna put them in here. We're gonna take one of them, and there's an app. If you go over here to apps and you look for the transform image, this one's a very useful app. Basically what it does, it makes you able to like transform how these will look like, how these like the perspective. So let's put this in really quickly. After we've put this in, we're gonna put it a bit behind. Okay, I sent it too far, my bad. This can happen. Sent it backward, then backward one more, because we need to behind the finger. And then we go to get the second one. We angle it a bit like that. We zoom out a little, add to design. We make it a bit of the size of this one. Gotta reball that a little bit. Okay. And that's roughly it. So we're gonna put it behind this one as well. And we're gonna go over here one more time. I'm gonna put this free text somewhere else, but this is just like a placeholder for now. What we're gonna do is go on each one, and you're gonna go to shadow. Now when you're on shadow, you're gonna add one of these glows, or you can just do an outline. What I like to do is do a small outline and then duplicate the thumbnail. Go to edit, go back to shadows, instead of having, and then go to glow, make the size a bit bigger, make the blue amount a bit bigger, make it like white or any color you think is good. And then when you've made this, line it up with your thumbnail over here. Give me a second. And then you lined it up, you're gonna right click, layer, send backwards until, or just show layers, and then you can carry it down here. And now you can see how it has like a little white outline. We're gonna repeat that over here. We go to shadows, we go to outline, and then we duplicate this. We get like that, glow. We go to size, max, we're gonna blur it a little more, like this, intensity, buff it up, and then select it like this, make it roughly how big this one is. You're gonna right click it. Okay, for some reason that keeps happening. Hello. You're gonna right click it, show layers, or you can use Alt 1. And now you can see they both have these outlines and a little bit of glow. And what I also like to do is add a little bit of glow to this person, but I'm gonna keep it as that right now. Then we can go back to Discord, and I can put in some of these, which I like to put in sometimes, but sometimes they just don't fit in. So I don't think you should be putting them in every single time. So what we're gonna do is gonna do like this. We're gonna copy them again and make them a bit little different this time. And now what we're gonna do is go Alt, go layers. I'm just gonna drag every single behind every single one. So it's all of these behind each other. And now that we got that done, you can see how there's a little bit of that now, and then free. So this would be the thumbnail roughly, as you get an idea how to do this. I hope this helps you guys. If you want to look for your own, you can definitely. It's gonna take a lot of time though, because I've sat here for like, I just searched these free Fortnite renders and stuff like that for 2 hours, and I just like looked through so many of these. And if you have the money for it, you can definitely buy like some packs, but I don't know how worth it is if you're just starting off. Instead of buying like packs, you can start making your own renders, which is also a way to make money, and then you can buy packs later. But you do you think do what is best. But I definitely recommend learning Photopea rather than using Canva. If you find it too hard to use Photopea, you can definitely just use Canva for a bit. But when you like start getting a lot of views, lots of views, to buff up your views a lot more, you're definitely gonna have to start paying some. Yo man, as I was saying, so you're gonna have to start paying someone to make your thumbnails, or start using like Photoshop or Photopea to actually make them, because a couple of, so Electro, this guy right here, let me show you guys. This guy, he makes most of his thumbnails in Photopea. So I think he recently started getting like these, maybe. He started paying people. But these where you don't see these crazy renders. Like this one he made himself. This one he made himself. This one he made himself. Maybe even this one, but I don't know. But basically these like pretty simple ones you can see he made himself, which is very good for him, and he made on Photopea. So you can definitely make good thumbnails. And there's like presets for like these also. If you want to see an in-depth guide how to do these tournament background ones, I will comment below. Like, let's take a look how different. Look at these thumbnails. They're okay, but they're definitely not good for this day and age. And then look, he went from this thumbnail to definitely just paying someone. I would suppose. And then he started like learning from the guy he paid probably. And then he maybe even did this alone. I don't know. It could be if he did this alone, that's amazing for him. And then as you can see, he just continued doing that, and they started doing way better. from 8.2 thousand views, he was doing fine, but then the 370k, that jump is 5 times almost, which is wild, even more. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you need any other thumbnail tricks or anything alongside that, and I will let you know and I will be answering the comments. Bye bye.